What's up, YouTube land? This your boy AJ. This is Raising That Junior Miss, where we finna come with a thorough review of Sinners, starring Michael B. Jordan and written and directed by Ryan Coogler. If you have not watched this movie, you need to stop, go watch it, come back and watch this because I'm telling all the details, the its and bits and pieces. I gotta go watch it again because I know I missed some things. So if you have not watched this movie, do not watch this because this is gonna be full of spoilers. We're gonna talk about everything that happened in this movie. But I gotta run that beautiful bean footage because I got some bills to pay. Welcome back, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I'm AJ. This is Raising That Junior Mids, where we do reviews on movies and sitcoms, and we talking just general, just talk about the movie, what we like, the sitcoms, what we like. We discuss what happens, and we just go over what we liked about the series and movies. So today we're gonna get into this hot thing right here called Sinners. It is starring Michael B. Jordan, Haley Stanfield, Miles Canton, Jack Connors, Wami Masuka, Jamie Lansing, Omar Miller. The list goes on and on, y'all. This is a great cast. Delroy Lindo is amazing in this movie. But I'm gonna give y'all the overall synopsis, okay? This movie is based it's a period piece, it's a horror piece, it's a vampire, it's a whole. This man made his own genre. You hear me? It got so much going on in this movie that when you go watch it, you gonna be you're not gonna talk. You just gonna watch it. But it is thrown in a 1932. Got a set of twins, Stacks and Smoke. They call the Stack Smoke twins. They are these big twin brothers that is known for just going around and causing chaos. They ain't nobody to mess with in I wanna say they in like Jackson, Mississippi, Delta in the Delta area, and they are coming back from Chicago to open up a juke joint. They come down and make this bread with these peoples, you know what I'm saying? So they coming back and they say they're gonna open up the juice joint. And as the story goes on, we start developing the characters. We start to find out the trauma and the sins that everyone has committed in the past. So I get where the name sinners come from because everybody in the movie has committed a sin. Only one person have not, and we just starting to discover that throughout the movie, watching them break down the dialogue and talking about their sins and their past and what has occurred. And even though Michael B. Jordan that's plays Smoke is Stacks is the lead, we really getting the point of view out of Sammy, aka Preacher Boy, who's played by Miles. Miles, this is his first movie. Things that nobody don't know that he actually learned how to play the guitar and he sings for real. So he learned how to play the guitar to pull this role off, and he did a very great job going against the cast he had, and this been his movie. This his first movie was remarkable. Okay. Side note: if you go watch this movie and you have not watched this movie, IMAX, watch it. Do not go to the regular movies and watch it. If you can't find an IMAX, that's the only reason you should go. But if you find an IMAX, spend the extra couple of dollars and go see this movie in 70 millimeters. It's shot on the IMAX camera. It is very beautiful. I mean, the colors just, I mean, it makes you feel like you in the movie when you watching this movie. Okay, so IMAX it is. Now let's get back to the spoilers. Okay, so Stacks and Smoke, they all got trauma. They got a lot of sins. They running from some sins. They actually stole the liquor that they trying to sell at the juke joint from the Capones. You know what I'm saying? So they got this liquor that nobody had down south. So that's gonna give them the advantage of bringing the people in to make this bread. Now, what I liked about Stacks and Smoke is that they eat they not compliment each other, but they needed each other. And what I mean about that, they was the opposite of each other. Stacks was was the outrageous one, the firecracker, the bomb, the unpredictable, the off the chain one. he did what he wanted to do, and he was the wild and the baby of the bunch. If you want to say who was the oldest and who was the baby, he would be the baby of the grunge. Now Smoke, on the other end, he was the mature, the calm, the one that barely spoke, but when he spoke, whatever came out of his mouth, he meant it. He was the adult. He was, well, they both was adults, but he was the older brother of the two. He didn't play no he didn't play no junk. And whatever he did it when he thought about it. Compared to Stacks, he just did. He didn't think about what he was doing. So if you paid attention in the beginning of the movie, that's why Smoke sent Stack and Sammy together to go run the errands, because he knew that Stacks could not be left unsupervised. So he sent Sammy with him to keep him under control and keep an eye watch on him as a baby brother would. So throughout the movie, Sammy is a preacher boy's son. His dad is Stacked and Smoke's uncle. They daddy were brothers. So Sammy knows all the stories of the past of their family, but he don't know what happened. He got secondhand information, so he's trying throughout the movie to find out why the family is beefing. But he also don't want to be in the church. He want to fly like a bird, and be free. He wants to venture off, and music is one thing that he loves and that he pours his spirit into. And his father want to go into the preacher path, and that ain't what he want to do. He want to follow his dream and become a singer. And Stacks and Smoke is the ones that actually did what he's trying to do. They ventured off, left Mississippi, went Chicago, went to the military, came back, but they also committed a lot of sins and crimes and things of that nature that he really don't understand can come back and bite you in your butt. But that's not how he looking at it. He looking at it as that they are free when they're not, and they still a cap. Um, they still a slaves to the mind. They still trapped just like he is, but in their own way. Okay, so Stacks is in love with a woman that's played by Haley. Mary. Mary is biracial, but she's living a life of a white woman passing in the 30s, and he's like, I need you to be safe. So in order for you to be safe, I can't be with you. I can't have the people around us see you with me and try to harm you. So instead of me being love and being stingy, I'd rather for you to be on over here chilling with this dude over here and living your life. That'll make me happy, but it really ain't making him happy. Now, Smoke, on the other hand, Smoke is dating Annie. Well, that was his girl. That still is his girl, who's played by Wami. I love her. She plays in everything for Lovecraft Country and Loki. She is a phenomenal actress. I mean, if you haven't heard of her, go check out her other work. But she also introduced you to voodoo and hoodoo and showing you um, that it's not a dark thing to be involved in. You know what I'm saying? She's showing you how it can be used in a positive way to protect your loved ones. And um, even though they're not even together, and he didn't went on to Chicago and do whatever he want to do, she's still protecting him by giving him a mojo necklace to protect him. And but he's still in dealing with the past of losing a child, which was a female. At the end, you find that out. And everybody getting that wrong. It's not a boy, it's a little girl. And that's why he ran off, because he didn't want to face the trauma of dealing with grieving of the loss of a child, compared to her, who is like, I'm here, I grieved on my child, I still haven't let it go. And basically, she already checked out mentally of being on Earth. You know what I'm saying? But she still holding him down and protecting him. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like, I don't have nothing else to live for. The thing that I live for the most is gone. So she just living day by day. You know what I'm saying? So what I liked about this is that they both went their separate ways to go deal with their past. They had errands. They start rounding up people. The first person they round up was Delta Slim, who's played by Delroy. And Delroy he has a lot of alcoholism issues and the things that he did in his past, being locked up, so he had a lot of sin, and he's indulging in the alcohol, and he turns to playing in these juke joints to make the money just to buy the alcohol. You know what I'm saying? So they looking like, yo, we need you to come in and play, and they like, no, they got him last, but he's a major part in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So they got him last, but they needed him because he was gonna be the headliner along with Sammy, the preacher boy. So Sammy is learning everybody sins as he go on. Even down to Cho, Chow, Grace Chow, who's probably Lee Jun Lee. I think that's how I pronounce her name. She's Grace and her husband. They got the stores that we go get the collard greens and the fried fish, and they come and they gonna bring the produce, the signage for the club. I mean, they got everybody they went to their past and got everybody they knew that could help. Now, out of everything in the movie, I'm gonna be all over the place with this movie, y'all. It's a lot I want to just say with this movie because I loved it. Um, the vampire was very interesting to me. How they introduced him. A lot of people missed it when he ran up on the porch and he was burning. At first I was like, who threw acid on him? But then it dawned on me like, yo, vampires can't be in the sun, so that's why he was burning. But the white couple that let him in didn't realize, you know, this man out here skin burning, and then when they let him in the house, his skin like healed itself. Like he, come on now, that should have told you something right then and there. But of course, this 1932, so they're not gonna think about vampires. So overall, than that, I did not like how they introduced the vampires. Like I wanted to see something else. I get that he went in and killed them, but it was just so vague. And then how the Indians came in and like, yo, we looking for somebody. Did you see somebody? Oh, you did? Okay, then if he came around, just like, what was the purpose of the Indians? We just got introduced to them one time out of the whole movie. So let's get back to Stack and Stack and Smoke. I know some of my fingernails just bother me. So Stack and Smoke, you know what I'm saying, before they split up, they went into the liquor, and the snakes jumped out and gave you this first scare. And that was after showing you how the future gonna be. Like, yo, something's gonna bite you. That's what I got from the snake. Something's gonna bite you and poison you, just like a vampires do. When they bite you, they poison your body and they take over your spirit, basically. And your spirit is trapped in your body, and you become this zombie, flesh eating, blood sucking entity. Same thing with a snake. Snake bites you and the poison takes on your body and you succumb to the poison. So that's what I got from the snake. And I also got from that when Stack threw Smokes the knife and he stabbed it, that let me feel and let me know that they are weak when they are apart. Cause they work together so well that one need the other. So that's why I said when they separated, it made one of them weak. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that in a minute. So they went and got everybody at the club. They went and got Delroy. When they got Delroy, Miles met Perlene. Perlene is played like Jamie Lawson. I love her. I mean, dark chocolate, beautiful women in this movie. I love it. Dark women are leading in these movies. I love it. No shade to Haley. She's beautiful too. But these dark women, and then mommy is thick and dark skin with beautiful skin. I love it. good French kiss. So anyway, Miles is I think he's a virgin. He, what I'm saying, he's a virgin to sin. I'm gonna say it that way. Um, Jamie Perlin, played by Jamie, she's married, so she's committing adultery, sin. Um, so he invites her to the club, you know, and she like, I got a husband. He like, I don't care. So a lot of things happen at the night of this event of the grand opening. Smoke was like, nah, we need to wait till tomorrow. Stack like, nah, we need to do it right now. So you see the difference of how one is impulsive and just want to just jump in right in and out. When Smokes is like, nah, let's get everything together, let's tell everybody about it, and then we're gonna open the following weekend. But Stacks talking them to opening, you know what I'm saying? So they open up. They went and got Omar Cornbread. Cornbread was also committed a lot of things with them back in the day. So that's why they went and got him. And he was supposed to be on the door, you know what I'm saying? He the bouncer, the security. So they had your girl Grace. She on that serving the liquor. The husband, he out there. See, I don't even know why they had him in there, but I get why he had him in there. But he really didn't play a big part in the movie, other than selling them the fish and the food that Anna had to cook. But I love how they came together and got all their people. Even though they was well known around the community, people still wanted to work with them because they knew that um, they brought money and they were true on whatever they gonna do. Now the location of the juke jump was on a slave I don't want to say slave plantation, but a slave cornfield gin, and they bought it from a guy that you could tell he was part of the KKK, and eventually we learned in the movie that they was being set up to be robbed and killed by the same man that they bought the property from. So yeah, how they found that out was that that's how I love that this was real very well wrote that the uh the first victim of the Remick was the nephew of the actual guy that was gonna set them up to be killed. The guy that sold them the land. So Remy was like, "Hey, every person I kill, I get everything in their mind. He knows everything they think, everything they have done, all the secrets. They all connected mentally. So like for example, when he bit Grace's husband, he automatically learned how to speak their native tongue, which was like profound to her. Now, like I said, everything happened within a night. Okay, church boy left church on Saturday, and on Sunday, no, he didn't. He went to church on Sunday. Let me back that up. He left that Friday with his cousins. Everything happened Saturday night. Oh no, he left Saturday. He left Saturday. It was Saturday he left because he told his father, "I'll be back at church on Sunday." So Saturday night, everything popped off. So for 2 hours and 17 minutes, y'all, we are watching them develop the characters. You getting all their supplies. They setting up the juke joint. They promoting the juke joint, and then everybody coming for the grand opening that night. Okay. Now, oh, and it's also going back and forth between. No, it didn't. It only showed us the scene of in the beginning of the vampire showing up at the white people house and unaliving them, well, killing them, and making them into a vampire, and they becoming part of his flock. So that's how we saw them. Then of course it goes from that to them coming to the juke joint with their instruments, talking about they want to play music for the night. They want to spend money and they want to play music. Now, Stacks finna be like, yeah, let me in. But Smo, but I'm gonna take that back. No, he wasn't. He was, but he wasn't, cause he didn't. He was like, nah, we can't have that problem, cause y'all white. And they were like, well, how did she get in there? They talked about Mary, and it was like she family, and Smo was like, you might want to go on up the hill wherever y'all just came from, cause we don't need them problems around here. Now, this is why I really did not like what the movie. I knew it had to go that way, but I didn't want it to go too fast. Mary went out there and talked to the people, and they turned her. Like they turned her like that. Cause she and Stack are so much alike. They all about money. You know what I'm saying? So first thing she seen was those gold coin, and she was like, got him. You know what I'm saying? We want this bread. So of course they turned her. And and result of turning her, cornbread let her in. Cause he didn't know, you know what I'm saying? He had an honest mistake, which just tore the whole scene up. Now you got Sammy over here tearing up the music. He blowing it out. Everybody acting a fool in this. They partying, they dancing, they enjoying themselves. Here come Mary and her foolishness. You know what I'm saying? So if you have not watched it, I'm telling y'all this is a full spoiler alert. You might not want to come in here, cause I'm telling it. Okay, when she got converted and came back into the building, first of all, vampires cannot come in the building unless you invite them into your home. That's why cornbread could come back in. That's why the the three white vampires couldn't come in, because they had to be invited in. Once they invited in, they in there. Now, from the history of what I've been watching with vampire movie, you can actually uninvite them out your house. But you just gotta know what the words to say to uninvite them. Now, Annie, out of everybody, was peeping game. She was like something that you could tell in her face that something did not sit well with her when she seen these three white people. But she didn't. She couldn't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't figure it out until the shit really popped out. Now, what I like about Annie and Smoke relationship is that he trusted her like he trusted his brother. So Stack knew that. So when he got converted over, yes, Stack got bit. Mary came in. They was getting it on in the back room. Sammy, preacher boy, was sent to go get him, and he said he didn't want to stop it, not knowing that your cousin in there and getting his ass bit on by the Mary the vampire. You done let your cousin get killed. All they had to do was just say, hey, we need y'all to come up out of here. But it had to happen because it was in the preview. You know what I'm saying? So it had to happen. Your boy got bit, and it Smoke was devastated. Like, I lost my baby, I lost my brother. Like, what else I got? You know what I'm saying? So he was devastated. They like, yo, we gotta put his body outside. He was like, shit, you better I move him. But when he came in, that's how I tell you that Smoke is the one that do less talking and more action. When he came in and seen that girl biting his brother, that man pulled out both his guns. Bah, 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 bah. I mean, he didn't hesitate. They grew up with Mary, but he did not care. He look. Only thing I see is my brother on the floor, shivering, blood gushing everywhere, and you biting him. Let me let fly. Bah, 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 bah. When that mother got up, took that shit off and ran. Mm-mm. I'm putting my brother outside and I'm locking the door. Okay. Now, Annie was smart. She locked him in the room and gave the key to Sammy and said, "Watch the door." Now the whole time Sammy is fucking up the whole time in the movie. I wanted to slap Sammy so many times, but I had to think about it. He's a virgin. He's not a sinner. He has been in church. He don't know what's going on. He's a baby. Okay, he don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he got some for the first time. You know what I'm saying? He enjoying himself. He drinking. He's starting to sin. He ain't has not been sinning in his life. He's been that sharecropper kid, going to work, coming home, having with his sister and brothers, going to church. He ain't never been sinning, and everybody around him is sinners. So he's getting a taste of what it is right now. So he's going to mess up, but he stuck out. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Remick wanted him so bad. Remick came after him. That's why his daddy said, if you keep on messing with music, the devil is gonna come after you. And he did. He came after him in the form of a vampire. So I'm telling y'all, it's a lot. This movie is deep. You have to go watch it. Yes, the whole fight break out, everybody get killed. Woo, 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 woo. What pissed off everybody in the movies was Grace. Okay, Grace really pissed me off. If you don't sit your ass down somewhere, Grace, because Grace invited him into the juke joint. Cause when they converted her husband, they say if you don't let us in, we gonna go get your little daughter Lisa. Cause I know where she at. Cause the lead vampire who played by Jack, everybody he bites, he can he gets all that information out of them. So he knows everything about you as soon as he converts you. He knows everything. All your thoughts, all your plan, anything that you think of, he knows. Okay. So he knew where Lisa was at. He knew how to speak I'm not Spanish, Chinese to them, Japanese, whatever they were. He knew how to speak all that. He knew everything about them. He knew even down to secrets of how to please Grace. He knew everything. Rich freaked her out, you know what I'm saying? So uh out of anger, she told them to come in and he heard it. So it was like, dang. But the movie overall, y'all, it's a lot we could talk about. But I really want to talk about how the movie was shot, the colors, down to the era, how they spoke to each other was very unintentional. Um, in one scene, you got them Smoke in there trying to get the groceries from Grace and her husband. I can't think of his name right now, but the panning of the camera when they sent Lisa, the little girl, they sent her, they had two stores. They sent her from one store to the other store, and how they followed her with the camera was beautiful. It's like it wasn't no transition where it cut. The transition was with the walking behind her and following her, and then Dad want you, and then the camera pan from her to Grace and start following Grace back into the other store, and then I loved it. Ryan Coogler and whoever his steady cam was, did a great job with these transitions, even down to the performance when Miles started to sing, and how it showed the evolution of music, how it showed the Asian culture and how it developed in their culture, Africans, hip hop, blues, jazz. Is how all was a melting pot of everything coming together and being unified as one music. Music is a realm that evil and good both can use. In church, it bring people together. In the juke joint, sin and world, it brought people together. But music was the glue that held everything together. Um, I mean, this movie has so many messages underneath it, y'all, that we can go all day, even down to how in the spiritual world, how music still was involved, even down to the scripture pieces being spoken in the movie, even down to um, how at the end we still got music. Music still was the forefront of the movie. It also, spoiler alert, Smoke could not kill Stack. He couldn't kill him. He let him go. He told him, he said, "Look, if you don't kill Sammy, if you stay away from Sammy, I'll let you live." And he did. He kept his promise to stay away from Sammy and let him live his life out. That's the one promise he kept for his brother. And Sammy, he got the guitar rebuilt. He had to, because he put it in old dude's head. Like, he had to get it refilled. You know what I'm saying? So Sammy fulfilled his dream and became a legendary blues singer. And he got a visit from his cousin. His cousin was a vampire. He came and visited him. And he told him he could convert him. He told him, "Nah, I don't want you to convert me. I've seen a lot in my life." So this was a real, very well written, performed movie. Even down to when Smoke decided to, you know, commit suicide. In my word, he got revenge on the men that sold him the land, but he also took off his protection with the necklace and got rid of it because he could not deal with the loss of not only losing his daughter, but the loss of it, the love of his life, Annie. So that's why he took the protection out, because he didn't need it anymore. Everything that he would live for was gone. Technically, his brother is dead. He's a vampire. His daughter is already dead, and his wife, well, old lady, wife, what do you want to consider him as, the love of his life, is also dead for something that he brought to the table. You know what I'm saying? If he would never open up a juice joint, shit, and never been there. So there's a lot of guilt going on. So he before he went out, he took some people out with him. He took a lot of people. Um, I love the montage of him being hallucinating in the stage, hallucinating. He looking over and he's seeing her, and she's telling him to put the cigarette out so he can hold his baby. And he look over at the white man. The white man was like, "I got money." He knew that money is, uh, you know, greed, seeing it. My boy, like, that ain't what I want. So he let loose on him with the gun, put him down, because he was already dying. You know what I'm saying? He had nothing to live for. And he wanted to go into the spiritual realm with his baby and his love. And so, yeah, overall, this movie is very well wrote, executed, and shot behind the scenes and in front of the camera. Only thing I can complain about is the introduction of the vampires. I wanted to see the juke joint have a successful night, and then the Indians come back into the sea and try to warn them like they did the white couple. Like, warn them just like you did the white couple, and then the next night it pop off. You know what I'm saying? So we got it for the white couple. They already came in the house, killed the white couple, but the Indians didn't pay a part in it. Like, what was the purpose of having the Indians in the movie if you weren't gonna use them? Like, what was the message behind them? What else I want to say about it that I did not like? Oh, how everybody dies too easy. Like, one thing a vampire gonna know is when the sun coming up. So for them to be like, "Oh yeah, the sun," no, that didn't work for me. Um, what else didn't work for me? Um, I mean, that about it. Everything else was on point. I loved it. I'm going to watch it again 'cause I know I missed something in this movie. It's so much that could be said about this movie, y'all, that you'll be amazed that if you don't go watch it in IMAX, you ain't gonna pay attention to it. Like Perlin performance was amazing. Miles performance, Sammy, aka um, Preacher Boy, Preacher Son, or what Preacher Boy Son, whatever his name, was amazing. Delton Slim kept us laughing, especially throughout the movie of them like eating the garlic. He sacrificed himself for the crew because he ain't had nothing else to live for. You know what I'm saying? So he did a lot of things, even down to Omar and Cornbread and Stacks, how they got into it. It was a lot of laughter in the movie, even though it was supposed to be a horror drama. It was a lot. I see why this got a 99 with Rotten Tomatoes because it gave me blues, it gave me music, it gave me horror, it gave me thrill, it gave me drama, it gave me suspense, it gave me love. We got to see uh adult sex scenes, and it won vulgar. It was romantic. It was adult love, even down to Stacks and Mary having sex in the room. Even though she was killing them, it was central. You know what I'm saying? It was nice. So if you ain't seen this movie, go see it. Let me know what y'all liked about the movie. This, like I said, it's full of spoilers. So if you added this far, you might want to go watch the movie and then come back and leave a comment in the box below and tell me what you liked about the movie, what caught your eye, what could have been done better in the movie. Was it better? Was it just perfect the way it is? Cause it got a 99. So that's a nice score about Ryan Tomato. And this is Ryan Coogler, first horror movie, y'all. First. And I think he did a great job. So let me know what y'all think about it and leave it in the comment box below. Holla at y'all later.